I want to thank Mikkel for this wonderful evening. When she said she wanted to do a roast, I was in. She said, roast anybody you want, it'll be all adults. I only felt comfortable roasting people I know I can beat up. So we're going to start with Mark Grove. All of you might not know, but Mark used to fight MMA. Now, Mark just fights Am I Gay? I'm kidding. Mark obviously is not gay. He has a beautiful wife and family. He's just from California. Speaking of some of the worst places to ever live, hailing from Happy Valley, the guest of honor, Jeff Stott. Or as my people in Chinatown like to call him, Shin Lim. I mean, seriously, have you ever seen his shins? The only thing longer than Jeff's shins are the answer to any question you've ever asked. This may come as a surprise to some of you, but Jeff is a huge BYU fan and alumni. He often brags about the fact that he attended every BYU campus. The fact that Jeff loves the Y might explain why he doesn't seem to mind losing in the court as often as he does. Jeff is also an attorney. He had an amazing career full of prestige and respect. Jeff could have easily gotten a job with any of the major law firms in the Valley that owed his dad a really big favor. Lucky for us, Jeff chose to come here. It is said that Jeff's dad has killed more men than anyone else in the state of Utah. Jeff wanted to continue his father's legacy. So he started making people read his books. And that wasn't enough. He began making us watch his plays. Jeff's first play was well accepted, despite the fact that it was completely and utterly historically inaccurate. For the next play, though, Jeff wanted to do something more controversial and see if he could get a rise out of people. But let's be honest, the only thing that got a rise out of anyone was the hot blonde with the handcuffs and the feet. And we all know she got a lot of standing ovations. We all wanted to be Matt Hinkie in that play. Oh my God. Handcuffed me to her and I'll definitely do some magic tricks. But it was lucky Magic Matt who had the honor. Settle down, Mark. I said Magic Matt, Magic Mike. It hasn't been just his plays that has made a name for Jeff. My gosh. He's been very successful in his career. His boss, Rob, is here tonight. Rob was very excited when Jeff applied too. Rob was looking for a very specific set of qualifications. Not everyone could meet those qualifications, almost no one. Rob was looking for someone who couldn't beat him in an election. That's how his family ended up here. Oh my God. Jeff has done really well in court, really made a name for himself with local hunters. Talking of legendary hunters, Russell Aldridge couldn't be here tonight, but his brother Garrett is. Garrett is the most successful sibling in his family, other than Matt, or Andy, or Larissa, or obviously Russell. Garrett left home and went to college where he was quite the player. That's right. Yep, Garrett played a lot of Halo, Call of Duty, and dabbled in some Tetris. After 8 years of college, though, Garrett moved home to pursue his dream of being overpaid and underworked. That is where he found Iron Rock Engineering. Garrett was a little confused by his interview. They said we need an engineer. He thought they said we need a chef in here. But they loved the part where he said, listen, we can just sprinkle a little cheese on it and charge people $5 more. Of course, they loved the idea of charging people more, so they hired him on the spot. Chris also works for Iron Rock Engineering. Chris and Garrett working together must be like having to sit through a Tommy Boy sequel all the time. But that is way better than when Chris and Jeff worked together at the county. That seems like hanging out with a couple villainous duo from a Disney movie, one tall, one small. But Chris has a difficult job at Iron Rock. He's the translator. He's the one who explains to all of the idiots what the customers are trying to tell them. But have you ever met a more annoyingly optimistic guy than Chris Heaton? I mean, seriously, he's the kind of guy that you go to and say, I'm having a horrible day, and he's like, yeah, but it's the best worst day of your life. Chris is so optimistic that he had to marry a competitive cheerleader to try and keep pace with his energy. And let's be honest, even Cassie gets tired of him some days and is like, hey, enough pep, Chris. I blame it on the ranch. Chris is a cattleman on the Arizona Strip. And let's face it, you have to be an optimist to face loss year after year after year. Chris should probably be a BYU fan too. But that optimism is what's leading Chris today. I don't know if you guys know this, but Chris has taken on the federal government in a major lawsuit. Chris says he has a chance to win. Honestly, I feel like he's going to come up short. Chris wants to share his heritage with everyone, including Californians. When Chris told Mark that there would be a bunch of guys in leather riding, Mark had a much different idea in his head. But he went anyway and made the best out of the day. He rode the horse the entire day. He kept bouncing all over in the saddle. At one point, he even bounced out of the saddle onto the horse's backside. But enough about that horse's ass. In closing, I just want to say how grateful we are to know Jeff and Mikkel. We're grateful for all the legal advice Jeff gives us when we're too tight to pay for a real attorney. We're thankful for the plays you write, even though half the world won't get all the jokes. We appreciate the fact that the two of you have taken it upon yourself to make Kanab High School 3A. All year. We look forward to your Halloween costumes all year, even if Jeff breaks his character as a mime way too early in the night. I know I think I'm supposed to say something here about disc golf, but no one really cares. Love you guys and your quiver. Give it up for my friend Shane Lim.